Well, it seems Hal Jordan is finally making his way back to the DC universe. Only this time, he's an old man.
Get off my line, you
Alrighty
no-good
then.
punk
This
kids.
is the Sox Rocker Show. Well, another DC casting rumor is making the rounds these days, and I gotta say, this one is a doozy, and one I find rather well interesting, to say the least. Now, according to an article over at Screen Rant and just about everywhere else, it appears that Josh Brolin has been offered the coveted role of Hal Jordan in the new DCU's Green Lantern series on HBO. Now, I find this interesting because Brolin is not someone that I'd ever thought of when it came to the casting of the Green Lantern. I've said it here a few times before that I thought the role might go to Chris Pratt, but only if Hal were to make the leap to the big screen, because I don't see Pratt taking on a series on HBO at this point in time in his career, but you never know. I mean, look at Colin Farrell playing the Penguin. I've even pictured Armie Hammer's career being resurrected by him taking on the role, as have dozens of others, apparently based on all the fan art I've seen of him playing Hal. But never have I ever pictured Josh Brolin. Now, it's not like he's a stranger to taking on comic book movie roles, mind you. He's played several, in fact. There's Jonah Hex, there's Cable, and there's that giant pink dude himself, Thanos. So yeah, he could pull it off. But you know, the dude is 56 years old, and I just always figured Hal would be younger when he re-emerged within the DCU, much like the rest of the JLA, of which Hal Jordan is a founding member, along with Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Martian Manhunter, and The Flash. Now, it's obvious that Corn Sweat is not playing an older version of the Big Blue Boy Scout here, so why make Hal an old dude? And I'll tell you why. So John Stewart can and will be the main Green Lantern in Gunn's DC world. That's why. And it's not like I don't like the character of John Stewart, but damn it, if you're rebooting the Justice League of America all proper like, then Hal Jordan should be the main Green Lantern on the big screen. Now, all the praise and Gunn baby support I hear about Little Jimmy's take on the DCU always centers on the fact that they like how he is supposedly taking his story true to the Superman DC mythos, unlike Snyder did. And you know what I'm talking about here. Superman always smiles, takes time for children, saves cats from trees. Batman will finally have his Robin, blah, blah, blah. You know, that kind of stuff. And if that's the case, then it should be Hal leading the pack and not John. At least that's my opinion anyway, so do with it what you will. Now, there's something else bugging me about all this, just a little bit. And yes, I'm going to beat the proverbial dead horse here again, so cover your ears if you don't want to hear it. And you may want to turn off closed captions if you don't want to read it. But if Henry Cavill's too damn old to play Superman at the ripe old age of 41, how is it that 56-year-old Josh Brolin can play Hal freaking Jordan? I know he's supposed to be in a mentor-type role, but I still find it irksome. Now, Batman is supposed to be older in Gunn's world also, so now I wonder who's going to be cast in that role. Stephen Lang, maybe? Not that there's anything wrong with Lang, mind you. He's a damn fine actor, so if you got an old-ass Hal and an old-ass Batsy, then why not Stephen Lang? At the end of the day, though, as I stated in my last show, it's a James Gunn world now, after all. It's his DC sandbox, and we're just along for the ride, whether we like it or not. Now, one thing's for sure, this rumor, true or not, sure is getting tongues wagging on social media, and most posts that I see so far are negative. Not so much because they don't like Brolin, but because of the age factor and taking the character out of context as far as his age within the JLA as compared to the other members goes. One of the things that so many Snyder haters disliked about his take on the DC storyline was the fact that he changed so many things within it. For instance, Jonathan Kent's death by tornado while Clark watched. Superman snapping old Zod's neck. the unceremonious way that Jimmy Olsen got whacked early on in Dawn of Justice, which I talked about on my last show. And how can we forget the biggest change he made that really pissed people off? Batman going off all John Wick, like branding people and busting caps in their bad guy asses. But I guess what's good for the goose ain't exactly what's good for the gander, or in this case, what's good for the gun ain't exactly what's good for the Zack. But as I said earlier, for now at least, it is a James Gunn world, and we will just have to wait to see how it all turns out now, won't we? Well, that's it for now, my friends. So what do you think of the possibility of Josh Brolin playing Hal Jordan as an older Green Lantern? Is it good, bad, happy, sad? Do you even give a damn? Who would you like to see play Hal Jordan? How do you feel about James Gunn switching up the DC storyline? Do you think it's fair that he gets to change things while Zack Snyder got ridiculed for doing the very same thing? Feel free to leave any comments that you may have down below, and if you like the show even just a little bit, hell, why don't you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next Sock Show. And as always, thanks so much for stopping by. God bless, and Socks out.